Well, we've got some email questions.
Okay,
You ready?
lay it on.
This is Holly, who says, how about the parents who are being bullied by public schools today? My husband and I face 2 criminal charges of child abuse because I talked about God in front of a school nurse. We went to court, lost our jobs, our home, and we're still being bullied by the schools. What can we do?
I think you can call the American Center for Law and Justice, who would be glad to have lawyers come to your defense. You need some tough lawyers who understand the law and understand your rights and are willing to, take on bullies.
My word.
You get those guys from the ACLJ on board, and the other lawyers begin to quake because they know some tough guys are on your side.
Yes, and we've said this before. Sometimes schools don't understand the boundaries of where their rights stop.
There's a vendetta against God in certain areas in the public education system, and those people are relentless in hounding people who are of faith. So, stand true. All right.
This is Douglas, who says, what would you say to a school that has gay and LGBT students being bullied by the Christian kids?
Well, I think that's terrible, and Christians shouldn't do that. I don't know what lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, blah, blah, blah. Christians shouldn't do that. They ought to act in love. You may disagree, you may think that these practices are an abomination, you can think all sorts of things, but you need to love. And you need to reach out to these kids in love. Because,
absolutely. Bullying is wrong, period.
Amen. So what did you say? Schools shouldn't permit that either. All right.
This is Brian, who says, my wife and I are swimming in debt. She's not been able to secure a job for 6 years. I'm the only source of income, and I work 2 jobs. I've worked 2 jobs, but I still can't keep up. We owe over $50,000. Do you think bankruptcy is a good option?
Well, it depends. They changed the bankruptcy laws to make it really hard to get free of certain, like, credit card debts and things like that. I don't know the exact changes in the law, but it's not near as easy as it used to be. $50,000, very frankly, isn't a lot of money. And I don't understand why you can't hold back the amount of money you're spending and develop a plan. If you tell those creditors, I'm working on a plan, and I'm going to, over a period of 3 years or whatever, I'm going to pay you out. And then you set a clear budget. Now, if you're living in too big a house, you may have to downsize. If you got too big a car, you may have to get a smaller one. If you're spending money you don't do, but you got 2 jobs. So surely, with those 2 jobs, you can save enough money if you put aside just $10 a week or something like that toward those debts. You'll be amazed. Then, as I've said, take the littlest one first, the one that's the most obtainable, pay that off, make you feel good. Then start working on the ones that have the highest interest, and before long, it may be, by the way, you can get your creditors to recast debts. Instead of owing 10% interest, they may cut it down to 2 or 3 and make it much easier.
Yeah. Talking to them makes a big difference.
Huge.
Don't avoid
Absolutely.
them.
Huge.
Well, we thank you for your questions. That's all the time we have for email today.